Welcome to a demonstration of the AF Audit tool, which was developed by Pattern Discovery Technologies. In this walkthrough video, we will go through the installation, the configuration, and demonstration of the audit tool and its tracking capabilities of the AF database. We'll start by installing the AF Audit tool. This is your general license agreement and the installation location that you can choose to install the AF Auditor. And here we're setting up the engine service account. This is we're asking for the password of the administrator that's currently installing AF Auditor so that we can have the engine run as a service. So I'm going to specify the password here, and we're going to go ahead and click next. Now, one thing to note before I do, we need to make sure that this username account has accessibility to the AF server, as this is the service account that will be used to monitor the AF database. Here we're going to enter in the SQL Server login information. The server that I will be using for this walkthrough is called Botev, and we use Windows authentication. You can also use SQL Server authentication as well. And we're going to go ahead and click next. The next screen that you'll see is the database options. So you can use an existing database, or in most cases we'll probably create a new one specific for the AF Auditor. And we'll click next. And the last window that you'll see before deployment is the specify a port for the web server. This is the number that you will use for the web servers. You want to use a port number that isn't already in use on the machine. So a good number to use that we use anyways is 24,000. And we'll go ahead and click next. And what's happening right now is it's actually going to register that port number to the machine, and then can then click finish. And what it will do is it'll actually start the AF audit settings page. And here's our settings page now. With the beauty of Google Chrome is that it does remember some of the settings that you have entered in the past, and I have done this in the past, so a lot of these settings have already been created. The first thing, this is the settings page. This is where you'll do all the configuration for the AF Auditor. You'll, if you want to set up email alerts, you'll configure the email server configuration and fill all of this information in. So you'll set up the SMTP server, the account that you want to run it as, and then the from email address. If you want to specify who it's from, it'll be from the AF Auditor, so you can enter in whatever you want here. Enter in the SMTP password from that's related to the account that you're using. Default SMTP server port is 25, so we've kept that the same. And then last but not least is an alert interval. This is in minutes, and this is how many times do you want to receive an email. So the default is 5, so every 5 minutes. If there is a change to the AF database, you will receive an email update. For the purposes of this demonstration, I've reduced that down to 2. And we're going to go ahead and click update. And it takes you down to the messages, just so that you can see that the email settings has been updated, and you can see all of the information that has been inputted so far. We're going to click on settings again to take us back to that settings page. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to specify an email address of who is going to be receiving email alerts. So this could be a distribution list. This could be a specific email address. I've got my own personal email address set up here because I want to know if anybody else is going to be making changes to my AF database. And then you can go ahead and test that configuration with the email alerts to make sure that you're going to receive email alerts. And as you can see down on the bottom left hand corner, I did receive an email notification from the engine service. And here we can see the date changed, the server, the database, the changer, what the action was, the items, and all of the information. And this is the format that you will see for any other changes going forward. Finally, we're going to go down to AF databases. Now, it's already monitoring my BOTEV AF walkthrough, but it will go ahead and scan all of the servers, AF servers that you have, that the engine has permissions to, and I have permissions to several AF servers. So that's why I have a lengthy list here. But for this purpose, we're going to keep it to the walkthrough. Now, what you'll notice, this is the current state for this is monitoring. When you first add add this one, right now this one is in a pending state. So what's happening is we're going to that AF server and that database on the AF server and copying everything that's currently in that database so that we know once we've begun monitoring what has changed, what it was changed from, and what it's changed to. So we're going to let that run in the background. Let's go to the dashboard. And as you can see, we have 3 different AF servers. We've got 3 different databases. In this database, we have 37 elements. And in our walkthrough, we have no elements, no attributes, and there's no changes. So what we'll do is we'll actually go and take a look at our AF database. And here we've got our BOTEV AF walkthrough. I'm going to go ahead and import, not export, import a XML file that I have already created. Here we've gone and imported our XML file, and here are our elements. So this is a couple of plants that we've got set up, and they're ordered differently, but this is a AF database that I created earlier today. What we'll notice is if we go back to our dashboard, as you can see, we've added a whole slew of items. So we'll go back to our dashboard. There's been 37 changes. And there's our email. And again, we've got action added, everything, the time, the server, the changer, and the action which is added. So we'll go ahead and close that. Let's go back to our AF database here. And I'm going to change, there was something in here that I didn't like. This shot creator, this should actually be named something differently. So we're going to go ahead and change the name. And we're going to check that change in. And then the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into drill and we're going to add a new child element to that drill. We just got a new one in. So we're going to go OK, 5, and we're going to give it an attribute. So the date that it was introduced, default time, we're going to put year, and we're going to put 2015. And we're going to add a new attribute, and we'll call this hours. The number of hours that are on the machine, and we're going to set the unit of measure to hour. Oh, and I just got a new email, and it looks like, look at that. We have property was changed, action was updated from to, so we're going to go back and we're going to check in these changes. So we've edited the drill and then we've added an element, and we're going to go ahead and check that in. We can go back, take a look at our dashboard. We'll go back and view the changes. So some changes just came in. We see that these actions were added. So we added a start date. We added a drill 5. We added the attribute of 5 hours. So what we're going to do is go back to the AF database, and we're going to change this because it's a used item. And so we're going to put in 365 hours that have already been used on the machine, and we're going to go ahead and check that in. The other thing that we're going to do is add a new attribute. We're going to call this work order, and we're going to use it default. We're going to use a string, and the value is going to be WO521, and we're going to go and check that in. Now, I've also been told that we don't like drill 5. We need to make it a little bit more specific. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a description to it, and we're going to actually change the name of the drill to something a little bit more specific. And we'll check that in. So what's happening is every time we make a change and we check it in, the AF auditor will go off and notice that there has been a change. And what you'll see right now, we've added a description. We've updated this description actually from nothing to Borat drill. And we've updated the name from drill 5 to 01 long haul ITH 024. The other thing, if we go back to the dashboard, you'll notice that now we have 2 attributes. There's been 43 changes since we've begun this demonstration, and there's a total of 38 elements. And all throughout, we also receive emails. And again, we've got updated the description and the name and that sort of thing. So this is the AF Auditor. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact tim.reed@patterndiscovery.com, and thanks for watching.